Born with rare abilities and groomed with confidence, some people in the world are truly remarkable. These are the humans who defy all standards of normality and what is acceptable. Let's begin with Zion Clark, fastest man with no legs. Where there is a will, there is a way. Meet this legendary guy named Zion Clark. Born with caudal regression syndrome, is yet one of the best track athletes and the best wrestlers out there. With no legs at all and a traumatized childhood in foster care, he holds the record for the fastest 20-meter walking man on hands in just 4.78 seconds. Not just that, with an immense amount of motivational level, he's now working as a trainer too. Unbelievable, right? But for Zion, he is willing to believe in becoming a future Olympic champion. Well, the world can't wait to see him in the Olympics eventually. Nick Dismatesk, a guy with giant facial tumors. Nick Dismatesk, in spite of suffering from neurofibromatosis, is a TikTok star today. A soul full of humor, positivity, and confidence, Nick shares his stories through social media with a hint of fun element in order to spread the awareness. With bumps appearing almost everywhere on the body, he noticed this condition at the age of 8 or 9, and it grew severe as Nick grew old. Although he's perfectly comfortable with how he looks, he had previously gone through 2 surgeries and a major third one lined up to get rid of extra mass he's carrying on his face. He's truly an admirer. So the next time you start stressing over silly problems, remember Nick. Slavica Pajkic, Battery Man. Have you ever seen an electric man lighting a bulb with the current flowing from his body? Let me show you Slavica Pajkic, who can control electric currents for real. He can heat up a glass of water to boiling by transferring 20,000 volts from his body in just 1.5 minutes, or lighting an electric bulb. He can even cook a sausage for you, in case you aren't in the mood to mess up the kitchen. And if this isn't impressive enough, then he can breakingly generate 1 million volts of shooting spark out of his hand. I don't know if he's touchable, because who would want an electric shock? Sarah Gertz, tissue disorder. With a beautiful message portraying, "You are born to be real, not perfect," Sarah Gertz, an Instagram figure, is spreading a whole lot of positivity. Sarah was diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome at the age of 8. It is a rare skin condition with no collagen, hence the saggy skin, which actually makes her look older than 28 years. Apart from living an insecure life in misery, Sarah is determined to break the so-called beauty standards. Above all, it's 2022. The world needs to feel confident and comfortable with who they actually are. Francisco Domingo Joaquim, world's widest mouth. He has a big mouth, well, with a small twist here, because except for leaking out secrets, he is good at keeping drink cans in his 0.1 meter wide mouth. Joaquim was first sighted by researchers on YouTube stuffing cans in and out of his mouth. It took them 2 years to chase this giant mouth in Angola. His ability to stretch his lips over his face has put him at number 1 in the big mouth competition in Rome. Such a jaw-dropping challenge, isn't it? Steven Ludwig. A 17-year-old Steven Ludwig is living a totally different life than the rest of us. Steven's life revolves around finding a perfectly customized big shoe for himself, as he's put up with a bone disorder called Maui syndrome. Thankfully, Steven is one of 150 survivors of this condition, with a left leg and arm shorter than the right one. But of course, that's a tough call when it's life versus you. Steven battled for his life with 30 surgeries, bone marrow transplantation, removal of bone spurs, leg lengthening bracelet, and above all, leukemia. Regardless of countless hurdles, he's a survivor, trying to help others with his optimistic attitude. Jawadi Kasangi Amangi, shortest living teen. Do you guys remember Jawadi, starring as a Muppet from the hit TV American show Horror Story? Turns out she was not the only shortest living teen on the planet, but on her 18th birthday, she was credited with the title of shortest living and mobile woman. Jawadi was around 5 years old when she stopped growing physically. She was stuck with a height of about 0.6 meters, which makes 2 feet and 3/4 inches to be exact. Jawadi was found with a rare dwarfism called achondroplasia. That's basically related to the lack of hormones needed to grow past a specific height. People see her as a small child, but she is a grown woman who can think, speak, and act for herself. She's a survivor and an absolute sweetheart. Dushyant Adhikari, a boy with a tail. Dushyant Adhikari is born with a hairy tail. In an interview, he says his parents kept it hidden. They also took him from place to place in search of cure, but as Dushyant grew up, he managed to make peace with his tail and didn't hesitate showing it at all. And even after the video of him with a tail visible at the back went viral on the internet, he earned even more confidence. And most people now know him as a boy with a tail. Rumesia Galgi, tallest living woman. With the largest female hands, longest fingers, and the tallest back, this time Rumesia broke her 3rd record of being the tallest woman on the earth. She holds a total of 5 Guinness World Records and feels more than happy to be known as one of her kind, with a 2-meter tall height. Apart from Weaver syndrome, she feels really special, proud, and unique. Well, doubtlessly, this sort of positiveness is going to help her achieve heights in the future. Larry Gomez, the Wolfman. It is what it is. No matter what, we as humans learn to adjust ourselves, just like Larry did here.
On Facebook, nobody answered me. Maybe nobody liked me. It's fine. I like myself.
Larry here has a 1 in a million condition called hypertrichot, where 95% of the body grows hair. The condition runs in the family. He, along with his 2 other brothers, are suffering from the same disease. Larry has her nose, face, and even eyelids covered with hairs. For a very long time, he worked in a circus with them and left it when he moved to the United States. Larry has an amazingly loving wife and 2 cute kids. He runs his very own business and enjoys quite a happy life. Carmen and Lupita, conjoined twins. Born together, best friends forever. Speaking of twins, Carmen and Lupita are a conjoined pair of Mexican twins. Stepping together on Earth, the 2 of them have separate hearts, brains, sets of legs, and hands, yet they both share the same digestive, circulatory, and reproductive system. As babies, their parents were told that they won't make it for more than 2 days. Despite the odds, these 2 21-year-old very confident ladies have made so much on social media that their daily dose of inspiration on YouTube has people hooked up to their super powerful words. Isn't life amazing? Imagine the tough life lessons 2 of them are conquering.